When I'm making this movie, today on Saturday the 10th of June, I just had the most hectic week ever. A lot went wrong and for some days I thought the trip was over. In this video I guide you through the past 2 weeks, which started quite normal. I left my nice hosts in Harihar, where I stayed for 2 nights. I wanted to go to Rigan today, which is quite far, and with bad weather my range dropped quickly. Luckily I had Dhruba and Paramita halfway down in Malda, who offered their energy, so I decided to pop by there. They are owners of a junior school and the kids just had the last day before holiday started and finished with the national anthem. Yes, that's how interesting kids find electric cars. I reckon in 20 years time kids will be just as confused when they are being taught about silly petrol cars we had in the past. Paramita treated me with a nice lunch and Dhruba made some phone calls to get me a place to stay tonight in Rigan. He told me to go to a store in the city where the owner was waiting for me. Where I ended up now is quite unbelievable. I arrived in a Reisman or something. A friend of the host where I was earlier this day, he hooked me up with a guy who is owner of a garment factory or something. And yeah, it's flooded with people here. They're all working. It's around 9 o'clock now. We already went to the owner is putting me in a hotel where I could sleep. We tried to charge the car there, but they didn't allow. So now the owner allows me to charge the car in here. So now they're clearing the pad to make my car available. It's special, and like look around, like everybody's watching here. There are people here on the rooftops. They're filming me with their cameras. And it's really a special experience.
Hello, I'm Rigan. Hello, I'm
Very interesting experience in this town, which felt a bit spooky at night. Next morning I packed my bags and went back to the store where the nice owner was waiting for me, offered breakfast and showed me his house which he was building at the moment. Goal for today was Siliguri and I took a wrong exit, and this led me not via the highway but a local route which turned out to be a beautiful wrong turn. I just arrived in Siliguri, which is kind of the last big city before I enter Myanmar, and I found a place to stay thanks to my friend who was yesterday in Malda. I just received a message from him. He said, Wiebe, you can contact Mr. Pranjiban. He is a member of the Hare Krishna community. He will take care of you and you can charge a car, and he will also give you some spiritual enlightenment, whatever that may mean. And I'm very curious to see what this place is, because this is where I will be staying tonight.
Hare Krishna. It's a consciousness. It's a thing that you feel with from your heart. Okay. It's things is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which Prabhupada says us that if you want to just get success in our life, then just only needed to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then we get success in our life. Okay. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra is come out from Mahaprabhu, who is Mahaprabhu given us this learned that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All devotees, there is too much devotees, they all are chant about this Mahamantra. Okay, and all over the world, there is above 650 temples in all over the world. That is ISKCON. Okay, all over the world, 650 above 650 temples are have in means ISKCON. Okay, ISKCON world. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is scientifically proved that it is a very good thing. Means it is a spiritual thing, and Srila Prabhupada proved us that the Lord Krishna is only God. Others something is not God. Only Lord Krishna is only God. And in Shastras there is maybe the Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. It's in Sanskrit also. Okay, that means Krishna is the only God.
It is past midnight now. All evening I have been working on the movie which you have seen a few days earlier. And I was hoping to sleep tonight on the stairs of the temple because they said it might be possible. But the guests already come at 3:30 a.m. to pray, so I will be in the way for them and I won't have a really good night of rest. So they gave me a room in the guest house. They said it was full, but they did manage to find space. It has open windows here and there are mosquitoes flying around. So I've put on the tent as protection for the mosquitoes. And I love my tent, so I sure have a pretty good night of sleep. After another scenic ride, I arrived in Alipurdwar, where I was welcomed by Rahul, his wife, his mother and his kid. He is a cycler and often invites other cyclists to stay at his place. A very nice and interesting man Rahul is, and he took really good care of me. There were some issues with charging the car at Rahul's place, but at a nearby steel factory they had a decent grid where I could charge the car. I had to stay a night extra and the next day I could continue the journey. I was on my way to Guwahati and on the highway I heard a noise and my car started acting weird. So that could mean only one thing: a flat tire. It sucks. I need to change it. It's a coincidence because I've been traveling for 40 months. I never had a problem with the tires. And actually the last weeks I was thinking like, why do I have 2 spare tires with me? Because it takes a lot of extra weight. The coil might break like happened before. So actually this morning I asked my host, do you want another tire? And he didn't want it, he didn't need it. So maybe that's karma or something. So we gotta change it now. In India you never have to fear that you are facing trouble on your own. Wherever you stop, even outside tiny villages, you can be sure that locals pop up from the most random places and help you sort out the problems. Definitely as long as you agree to take a selfie with them. Later that day I arrived in Bongaguan, yet again at a hospital, and again this was my accommodation for today. I hope the third time it's not for real. Bitopan was the one who plugged me in this city, but he was out of town and arranged that his friend Christian took care of me. When I arrived, 2 journalists from State TV were already waiting for me. In the evening we went to a shop to balance and check the tires. Back at the store and they fixed everything. It's kind of bad. Now this is this tire. This kind of brand new. It's only did 5,000 kilometers. I got this one in Dubai, and they took it inside out. So this side used to be on the other side, and you can see here Yeah, it's not very clear now on the camera maybe. I'll take some pictures tomorrow. But it's totally worn out. And they say it's a problem with the bushing. And I'm so anti-technical that I never heard of it. So in the next city I need to get some replacement of this. As at the hospital the current was not stable, the guys at the tire shop offered to charge a car there. Something I will regret for a long time. I'm back at the car. Last night when there was a short circuit I stopped filming and found out that the problems were very worse. There's also been a short circuit on the car and probably the 3-phase charger is blown up. So last night we disconnected the car and the battery and now we're going to restart it and we have to see if there's still a problem occurring with the charger. We just restarted the car and there's still red lights burning, meaning there is a problem with the charger. So this is a 3-phase charger which is used for high voltage. So we cannot use it anymore. It's not a huge problem because there's another charger in front of the car which is single phase. So from now on you can use single phase, which I only have been using in India and which I will be doing in the coming countries also. But it's not nice. And yesterday I got really scared because there was like burning smell coming from the car and it really made a weird noise when there was a short circuit. Yeah, so India has been very hard on me so far. Now we need to charge it. We have 7% left. Through Christian's contacts we were offered to charge at the state hospital. Also here the current was too low, and minute by minute the situation became more difficult. Yesterday we found out that the wheels were completely done. And there's a problem with rubber car bushing needs to be replaced. We drove like 5 kilometers and the right rear tire got so hot, and so we decided we cannot make it with this to Guwahati, which is about 220 kilometers from here. And besides that, the range is about 50% less at the moment because there's so much or less friction that yeah, you have 50% less range. So we decided that we need to transport it in another way, and it was a hassle to find, but we have a truck. This truck is going to bring my car to Guwahati. Major problem in India is that the ground clearance of the car is seriously low. There's only 9 centimeters between the ground and the battery, and this makes it hard already to cross speed bumps, but even more to get the car on the truck.
Can you tell us what's happening right now?
It's like cars are going into the truck, and somehow I have the idea that it's the last time I see the car in one piece.
So do you fear that the car might be damaged during transportation?
Yeah. I do, yeah. I know, I truck drivers are here, so.
Jaiga. Jaiga. Hey, let's cut left. Jabo.
What is this?
Hello? Hello?
Oh, fuck. Huh?
Told you this was gonna be successful.
Yeah.
Let it trust the.
This is known as Indian Jugaad.
Jugaad, yeah, I know about that. I know Jugaad, yeah.
I told you, good karma will follow you, don't worry.
But with a 100,000 euro car doing some Jugaad, I thought it was maybe not the right idea.
So finally feel safe?
No.
Safer?
Don't?
No.
Safer?
We have to drive for 200 kilometers. And, yeah, big thumbs up to these two heroes who helped me a lot in Bongagwan and even from distance when I reached Guwahati. The car is now on the truck and we are on the way to Guwahati. I'm here with Pan. and yeah, you actually invited me in Bongo 1.
Yes.
But you were not there, yeah. So Christian is a friend of you?
Yeah, Christian is a friend of mine. He is my batchmate in my medical days.
Okay. In Guwahati, and the truck with my car is here too, safely so far. We're at a Ford dealer. Volkswagen used to have their own garage here, but they closed, and so they're kind of using the Ford center now. I understood from the guys. The truck with the car is here too. Only there's one problem, and which I was already afraid of earlier today. That here it's not possible to unload the truck. So the guys are really busy with making calls to find a solution about how to unload it. We are 3.5 hours later without any progress. The car is still on the truck. They don't have the right tools to get it off the truck, so they arrange some kind of pickup now or thing to get it off. I'm starting to film from my iPhone as the memory card of my Canon camera ran out. Yeah, the recovery truck just came in, and apparently they have an idea to move the car from the truck onto the recovery truck, but how? Their plan was to get the car on a flatbed, but as you probably can see, this won't work. The bumper will hit the flatbed, but it won't even make it there as the angle at the top is too steep and the car will get stuck. So this was definitely a no-go. Since 9 o'clock this morning I have been on the bike with Christian to find a decent place where we could offload the car, because the guys they somehow expected that we should arrange a place, and we think we finally managed to get one. Here it's like a offloading place, only there's still a little bit to it's very steep, but compared to everything that we've seen today, this might be the best place. Hi.
Where are you from? Netherlands.
Netherlands, yeah. Alright, we couldn't get the car out because the ground clearance was too low. The guys emptied the wheels. This is part 2 of the operation. We need now to lift the car on this flatbed, which should be work. This whole trip is starting to become a complete nightmare. We couldn't move the car from the docking station on the flatbed because the ground clearance was still too low. So if we would have continued, like going down, it will hit the bottom of the car, whereas the battery and it can damage a lot of things. I feel complete shit. It was small choices we made, and it's also not completely my fault. I mean, those guys said that they had, when they were loading the car, already was worrying like, how can you unload it, because they had this special hill where it was possible to load it. And they said, yeah, don't worry, we have a ramp in Guwahati, which they didn't have. It was a total lie. So I'm now in the car, being brought to my host, and I'm with, say your name really quick. What's your name?
Gaurav. I'm Gaurav from Guwahati, Assam, and presently I've just received him from a warehouse where his car was broken down, and it's out there, and now I'm going to take him to his host place. It's a gesture from us, it's a gesture from Guwahati. I know you have been through a lot of problems, but yes, this night, this experience and everything, the hospitality of us, you should always remember. We say namaskar, namaste as a greeting, and I welcome you to Guwahati. Welcome to Guwahati.
Yeah, super sweet, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, you're a friend of Shobik, right?
Shobik Da is there.
This is Sydney, who hosted me for 3 days in Guwahati. Sydney got me in touch with a man who might be able to help out. This guy wanted to stay anonymous, but he did agree to show the view from his apartment. The plan is now to drive it from these barriers, which we found on the other side of this building. And the angle seems alright, so this should work. It didn't work, because here it was a great idea, but this is 17 centimeters and the ground clearance there is 9 centimeters, so it will hit the bottom very much, so we need to find other solution. And that solution might come from this man, Bhaskar Yit, who works as customer happiness manager at Audi. I found it so great that people, even when working from a competitive company, just want to help other people out. On his bike we drove to the city to find a place to offload the truck, and we thought we found a good solution here at this workshop where they had a hydraulic lift. Then we had a race against the clock because this place closed at 12 and we had 1 hour left to find a truck, get it to the warehouse, load the car and bring it to the workshop. Managed to get the car back into the truck, and yeah, without emptying the air from the tires, and just a nice construction and help of all these nice people. We managed to get it back in. We cannot drive it much farther back because yeah, the thing will hit the truck, which we already thought. And so there's a kind of a big gap between this and the hydraulic lift. So back on the bike, on the way to the other side of the city. After hours of driving through the city, we arrived at the place which is supposed to be like the Holy Grail. The thing where it needs to happen. So there's this platform, and I was expecting that it will be higher. It's still a bit low, but we can park the car here. There are lots of trucks parked, and from this platform you can just easily drive off at the end. The thing is, we're not with the truck now yet because big trucks are not allowed to drive during daytime, so we need to come here after 11 p.m. The time is now 8 minutes past midnight. The truck was supposed to arrive at 10 p.m. so in Indian time then you're still on time. Yeah, we just had to move all these what is it, sacks from here to here to make space to unload the car. Now I see that it's still a huge distance between the ground and the thing where the truck is loaded. So we're going to have oh, this is huge. It's going to be very complicated. Still, look, it's still not towards my side. But yeah, we have to see how it goes. It's unbelievable, but after 72 hours or something, the car is on the street. It's still on the platform, but there's a very easy ramp at the end. Thank you guys, you're a legend, all of you. Amazing. Godverdomme, I'm so happy. Jesus man, we're gonna do a beer now. The next day we could finally bring the car to the garage for a check. This is the end of this movie, but I can already tell you that it's definitely not the end of the problems. I will try to make a video of that as soon as possible. I'm sorry for uploading this video so late, but I had so many problems to solve that I just couldn't do it earlier. Also my apologies for the poor audio quality in this video, but the battery of my external microphone was empty, so I had to speak directly into the laptop. If you like my adventure, please subscribe to this channel and stay updated about the total chaotic events that are happening at this moment.